Hey guys, we are live. I am Camberly Woods from CamberlyWoods.com and welcome to my daily Facebook Live show where I teach entrepreneurs how to grow their business online and to love it while they do it. So today we are going to be talking about how to rapidly grow your email list with 3 simple blog hacks. And before we get into that, I just want to remind you that this show takes place every morning around 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Some days I'm a little late just because I'm juggling kids and nanny, all of that good stuff. But if you want to be in the know on when I am live, then subscribe to my Facebook Live. And then each day you will get a little notification that says Camberly Woods is live. So quick reminder there. Now let's get started. Let me also make sure that this is actually working. I just recently switched to the OBS software for streaming my Facebook Lives. So there's a little bit of a delay between what happens here in my office and what you guys see on Facebook. And I'm just checking in really quick to make sure I'm live. Yes, I am. So, here we go. There are 3 simple hacks that you could make to your blog today to rapidly increase your email list. And I'm going to get you all the specifics around that. The first one that I wanted to share with you guys was to remember your blog sidebars. And I wanted to show you some examples here. One of the underutilized places on blogs is the sidebar. People use the sidebar maybe to show recent posts, or they might have a search function, but a lot of companies forget that this is a great place to advertise all of your great free content. So if you have a step-by-step guide or an ebook that is performing really well, then get it into your blog sidebar. Neil Patel does a good job of this, and let me get this all pulled up for you here. I feel like I get so fleshed out with the webcam. Okay, let's see. This is what I wanted to show you guys. So here is Neil Patel's site. And you'll see over here on the left-hand or right-hand side of Neil's blog, he has this right sidebar. And he highlights a couple of things here. For him, one of his big sales converters is his webinars. So what you're going to see in his right sidebar is he's actually promoting one of his webinars. And his webinars are very educational. So even if you don't purchase his product, you still benefit from the webinar. You still learn a lot. And he highlights all of that here in the right-hand sidebar. He also allows you to opt into his email here, and he says, send me lessons on traffic building. So over here, he highlights his email opt-in list. He shows how many monthly visitors he gets, because one of his big platforms is, well, not platforms, but one of the big things that he educates people on is how to get traffic to your website. So he's showing here how much traffic his website receives as social proof. He has a little bio about himself, a picture of himself so people know who the author is. And then right here, this is that webinar I was telling you guys about, where you can go and register online to attend his webinar. And then he has some other little opt-ins with his newsletter subscription and whatnot. So don't forget your sidebar. That is the first thing I wanted to remind you. Now, Neil Patel actually did a little study on sidebars. He has run multiple websites. He's had Quick Sprouts, he's had Kissmetrics, he's had neilpatel.com, and on his site Quick Sprouts, I believe it was, he went ahead and he tried putting the blog sidebar in 2 different spots. He did it on the left-hand side for a little bit, and then he did it on the right-hand. And what I just showed you was on the right-hand side. And what he found was that when he had the sidebar on the left-hand side, his email opt-in rates increased slightly, but his actual reading on his blog post went down. So he moved his blog sidebar back to the right-hand side because to him, he says, I want people reading my content because I want them to get value in it and to get educated. So for him, it made more sense to do the blog sidebar on the right-hand side. Even though it slightly decreases his email opt-in rates, it's improving his reading rates. And he gave some statistics on this. I'm just going to quote. He said that when he had the sidebar on the left-hand side, he saw opt-in increase 13%. So his email opt-ins increased 13%. But his reading rate reduced by 9%. So keep that in mind when you're planning your blog sidebar. The location of it does affect email opt-ins and it does affect your reading rates. Okay, so let's move on to number 2. And that is to include a opt-in form in the bottom of your blog post. I'm going to give you another great example of this. Someone that I love is Melissa Griffin. She has awesome content and downloads and webinars. So check her out, melissagriffin.com. And I will drop links to Neil Patel and Melissa Griffin's sites in the chat after this. So let's go here, back to this view. So here is one of Melissa's blog posts. And what you're going to see here is she has all of her blog stuff. Hopefully you can see my little cursor. Oh, again, I want to point out, she has a right-hand sidebar, see? And on her right-hand sidebar, she's highlighting her blog business plan workbook. And she has her little search function, other great content that she's linking to. So she's utilizing that space great. I can't talk. Okay. Let me scroll down. This is a super long blog post. Oh, scrolled too far. Okay, so here you see she has at the bottom of her blog post, she has her little social share icons here, and right below them, you're going to see an email opt-in box that she created. It says join 75,000 subscribers and receive instant access to her library of resources. You just enter in your first name and your email address here and click submit. So don't forget the bottom of your blog post. After your little conclusion, add in an email opt-in form. So what she found was that, oh guys, I forgot. I added in this cool feature today. Look, hack number 2, feature. Oops, hack number 3. I didn't go in order. I'm going to forget about this. Tomorrow. Okay, so don't forget about that footer on your blog post. This is a great place. What Melissa actually stated in her blog post that was, when she added that opt-in form to the bottom of her blog post, she saw her email opt-in rates triple pretty quickly. So don't ignore that space as well. Then the third one, or the third hack, I had it as my second, but I went out of order. The third one is to include your content upgrades and freebies throughout your blog post. And you might want to consider highlighting it in your blog post at least 2 times. Let me give an example of this. Melissa does this on some of her posts. Let me scroll up here. See if this is one of them. No, she doesn't. But let me give a little example. See how she has this call to action button here? It says, click here to download your free checklist. And it's this yellow little call to action button. And when you click on it, I've already opted in. So I think that's why I'm being redirected. But what you'll do is this little call to action button box, this click here to download the free checklist, try putting it in your blog post 2 times, once in the middle and once at the end. Because there's some people who are going to read through your blog post and they're going to stop halfway through. But for the people who scroll down to the bottom, this is an additional reminder to them that, hey, I have this free content upgrade. Go ahead, check it out, download it. So Also consider putting those call to action buttons into your blog post 2 different times to give people a reminder and an additional chance to receive that free content. So those are my 3 tips for you today. Let me just go through them one more time. I like to do a little wrap up. First one is putting your webinars or your great content freebies in your blog sidebar. The second one is to include your email opt-in at the bottom of your blog post. And I use a plugin for this, and I think it's the same one Melissa Griffin uses. It is the, hold on, I'll drop it into the link. I think it's the action box. That's what I have on mine. So I will include a link at the end of this. Then the third tip was to include your content upgrades within your blog post. I've talked about this before, but taking it a step further and putting that call to action button box in there 2 times as a reminder to people that you have this great freebie, and if they didn't take advantage of it in the middle of your blog post, they can then take advantage of it at the end. And those are my tips for you today. I hope you all have a great day. Let me just double check to see if we have any comments. It's a little bit hard for me in the comments because this software doesn't pull it in for me, but I could do one of these. Let's see. Oh, cool. I do have. Oh, thank you. Kylie is just leaving comments on my awesome examples. Thanks for being my support team, girl. So that is my little tip for you today. Don't forget to subscribe for notifications on when I go live. I go live around 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every day. Sometimes I'm a little late, like today. I didn't start getting ready for this until 8:15, 8:20, so that's part of the reason I was late today. But generally, I go on every day around 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, head on over to KamberlyWoods.com and sign up for my email newsletter. And I'll do my little end slide, this one right here. Ta-da! So check that out, this right there. And I will see you around tomorrow morning around the same time, the same place. Bye!